Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work, triple play, yeah.
You see it, you see it. This is Triple Play Fantasy Basketball Week 12. I'm your host, Coach James Lewis. On the other end, Doc Eric Mendelson. What up, bro?
Not much. First show of the new year, right?
2024. Technically speaking, yeah.
Yeah. You seem so trepidatious about that. Are you not excited? Do you not want to do this show in 2024? Am I forcing you?
Of course. 3 years in, I guess, going on 4 here at Triple Play Fantasy, trying to help you win your league. You get in the playoffs, you have a shot. And we see that with the NFL teams coming sometime soon. Those closing up our fantasy football leagues. You get to turn your attention to fantasy basketball. And each week is important. Pickups, injuries are going rampant and wild across the NBA. So they're
bananas, as James says.
It's going bananas. I got 6 guys, and I'm playing a 2 seed. I'm a 1 seed in one of my leagues, and subtle brag.
This is the third time I've heard this story in the last 24 hours. By the way,
it's killing me, man. Games watch. This is a weird week. For Nets and Cavs owners, they play 1 game. Sixers, they play 2. Everybody else plays 3 or 4. 14 teams playing 3. 4 teams playing 13. So Nets, Cavs, Sixers, those places you probably ain't looking for streams. And then you got somebody on the bubble like a Karis LeVert. It might be time to break ties with him this week. Like, he's not like a must hold. So, it could really cost you your team's week if you got him on your roster. And, you got teams that got 4 games that you could get 3 more games by picking somebody else up. So Tre Jones is inserted in the starting lineup for San Antonio. And in the last 2 weeks, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, steal a game. In categories leagues, that's decent. He's 51% rostered. He's not going to swing something for your team. He's not going to go for like 35 or anything crazy, but he will be consistent in these numbers. And I mean, there are worse candidates. I'm not screaming at like you got to get him drop Sohan. I mean, they're still like in the air there, but he is an option for like kind of a safe pickup.
I mean, he rebounds well for a guard. Over the last 2 weeks, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, we're talking about from a categories like somebody that can help. He's played 25 minutes and at least 25 minutes in 5 out of the last 6 games. I mean, I don't like to see that he has had a drop off of about 7 minutes per game compared to last year, but somebody when he does play definitely contributes. I mean, he was averaging 3.6, 6.6, or 3.6 rebounds, 6.6 assists in almost 30 minutes last year. So when he does get the time, and the thing about the Spurs is they're bottom team in the league. I think they have the 3rd worst record, 4th worst record. They're still going to toy with lineups. So it's not like they're contending. Tre Jones might work better at the point than Sohan. I don't know if that's hard for you to accept, James.
No, I mean, for the record, like Sohan's not a point. He shouldn't be running point. I mean, they clearly experimented with it, try to give him some experience playing in that role, but he's just like he's not Draymond, or they trying to make him out. He's not a point guard. They have the 2nd worst record in the NBA. They have 5 wins. The Wizards have 6.
Oh, wow. The Wizards are better than them? That's awful. That's awful.
I can't say that they're better, but they're both equally as horrible. The wins that you can count on one hand, which is crazy when you think about Victor Wembanyama and how sensational he is. That game against the Bucks was a wowzer on TNT. Enjoyed every minute of it. Victor was playing out his mind, and Giannis.
He got a bag.
And Giannis kind of proved like, I'm here. I'm still here. Maybe the best player in the league. That's up for debate. I mean, Jokic has something to say for that. But Jaden Hardy right now is starting in place for Luka Doncic with a sprained ankle. And with him starting, he's a must-stream guy. In the last week, 16 points, 4 boards, 4 dimes, 3 threes. He damn near had a triple-double in the last performance against Portland, where he had 19, 9, and 9 and hit 3 threes. And I love Jaden Hardy's game. He's just a nice watch for those, streaming across League Pass. The way he can create some separation. It's very exciting style of basketball.
He's a bucket getter.
Yes, he is.
Right now, the Mavericks have played 2 out of their 7 home games. They have a 7-game home stretch, and they have no back-to-backs, but every game is separated by 1 day. Luka Doncic is listed as questionable for tomorrow versus the Timberwolves. I think part of the reason they sat him out last game was it was against the Blazers. So, who knows kind of what his status is. But also remember, Kyrie just came back from a right heel contusion that caused him to miss 12 games. So it's not a lock that Kyrie is going to play all of those games. Maybe they rest him 1 or 2 for just kind of maintenance purposes. So it doesn't even have to be tied to Luka Doncic. I think any of those guys are hurt. Jaden Hardy is the main beneficiary.
And you mentioned the 2-day separation. Their prime stream days. I call them prime stream days because there's only 5 games being played on Tuesday and Thursday. This does include the Mavs, the Lakers, the Knicks, and the Blazers. So some of the other stack days, where you might have your full lineup at you. You're not going to pick up people on Wednesday and Friday most likely. But Tuesday and Thursday are stream days, and this includes the Mavericks. And Jaden Hardy could be the guy that you pick up, even starting today to get ahead in the week.
Coach, I just thought of a potential sponsorship opportunity. You know how you said prime stream days?
Yeah.
We write to Amazon, and we have them be Amazon Prime stream days.
Let's go. Write the check. We're here.
That's what I'm saying. Amazon, I hope somebody is watching this video, and we gave you a great idea.
Now, someone that doesn't have prime stream days, but we had to give them a mensch. The Nets only play 1 game this week. We're not telling you to pick up Dennis Smith Jr., but he's having a sneaky good year for the Nets, and 13 points, 12 boards, 7 assists. That was a nice stream day against Oklahoma City. On the last week, he's averaging 10, 5, and 5, and it's close to his season-long stats. He's 8% roster, so not picking him up this week, but just kind of keep him on your watch list going forward.
Yeah, who knows what the Nets are doing? Remember 2 games ago against the Bucks after the first quarter, they rested all of their starters. Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges didn't play after the first quarter.
Mikal was not happy with that.
They are kind of blatantly tanking. So you never know what that's going to mean for availability. Shout out Dennis Smith Jr. being in a 21 Savage song.
Let's go. 21. And somebody that frequently gets you 21. That's Alec Burks in a back-to-back 20-point game.
See what I did?
Yeah, I saw that.
I just did you a little alley-oop.
You definitely did. I'm cashing in. 3 position eligible Alec Burks. We like that. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward. He's a stream guy. You pick him up, you drop him, you don't feel bad. He gets an injury, but when he plays, he gets enough time that he gets production and they get enough usage where he's a good points league guy. Not going to fill you up category-wise, but we saw against Houston and Utah 21 and 27 points. 21.
I mean, he has 6 games with double digits consecutively. The most recent game against the Warriors, 13 points, 5 of 14 from the field. I mean, just from the attempts, he's putting it up a lot. James said before the show, he was like, "You're an Alec Burks hater." And I said, no. I said, I hate Alec Burks because he doesn't get blocks, and he averages 0.2 on the season, and he's 6'6". So he should definitely be getting more swats than that, which is why I don't recommend him for categories leagues. But he's a bucket getter. You got to give credit where it's due.
When he came out of the draft, he was supposed to be kind of like 3 and D guy, but his D didn't really.
He's 0.4 steals, 0.2 blocks. I'm just calling a spade, coach.
Yeah. Shout out Quentin Grimes. So now with the trade, there's a couple more minutes to eat at here. 11% rostered, 11 points in the last week, 3 boards, 1.5 threes. He doesn't really get too much usage in this New York offense, and he's expressed himself as far as that's concerned. But there are worse options, and you can find him in basically every single league.
Well, I was going to say, one of the things, too, New York essentially did a 2-for-1 trade. They haven't played Precious Achiuwa a lot of minutes in the front court. It doesn't seem like Mitchell Robinson is coming back. So they gave up 2 regular rotation guys in RJ Barrett and Isaiah Quickley. in order to get OG.
You called him Isaiah Quickley?
Quickly.
Yeah, Immanuel.
Gosh. Oh, gosh.
Come on, he's a Baltimore guy.
Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. I still got a little bit of football in the brain. But I was going to say, since that trade, he's played 18, 18, 24, and 15 minutes. And as you mentioned, Coach, he could be a guy that they're showcasing just to trade him since he's voiced his displeasure with his role. Same with Jonathan Kuminga. Like, we're around that time of year, about a month or so from the trade deadline, where people aren't so subtle if they're discontent with their role on the team. Yeah. Teams could just be showcasing them, playing them a little bit more minutes to increase their trade value. And that's what could be happening with Quentin Grimes.
And I'm sure their agents have something to do with that as well. But back to the Immanuel Quickley IQ thing. I'm loving it. I'm loving it in Toronto. He's getting a little bit more play. I think his style of play fits the Scotty Barnes role going forward. Mm-hmm. They're little pick and pop. Like, you can't go under that screen. You can't switch those with how big Barnes is and how Quickley is. So like, they have potential to really be something going forward. And it makes you think about Pascal, Siakim, and what his role is with the future if they're gonna go all in on the
future.
Well, I don't either. I see him being the biggest trade target in this trade deadline. And he's playing really, really good basketball. He's gonna make any team that gets him like way better.
I don't see them going through a rebuild. I see them doing a retool. Like, they traded for Pirtle last season. So who's to say that Pirtle, RJ Barrett, and Quickley aren't some of the guys that they are trying to have their new team build around? Like, it's about time that he was a starter. I didn't like him.
It's about Scotty Barnes. I mean, he's taking a gigantic leap, and he's a star in this league. So
he's the player that the Raptors are building around now.
Yeah. And Pascal, does he fit in the timeline? Probably not. He probably is a little. He's an older veteran at this point. So maybe you see him get traded for somebody younger.
Is he the last member from that championship team?
I know he won a championship. I don't know if he's the only one remaining. That is a good question. Off like my first thought, I think he is. But like you just mentioned Kuminga. Like Kuminga, Moody, or Wiggins, like it makes a little bit of sense.
That's what I was thinking. I mean,
because Kuminga's more on that timeline of the Barnes thing.
And the thing is, the Warriors would have to take Siakam's salary. Like, if you're the Raptors, then you have to decide if you want to get Siakam for NBA ready guys, or if you want to get draft picks and kind of go that route. But that is probably the biggest trade chip out there.
And Wiggins' contract kind of matches up with that. Siakam,
Wiggins goes back to Canada.
Oh
my gosh, James, we're speaking into existence.
It's gonna happen. Yup. Then there'll be a true Canadian team. I don't know. Well, it's something to watch.
This is good. We need a true Canadian team.
Yeah, we'll clip this back going forward. Trevlin Queen, 0% rostered.
Courtesy of Doc.
Yeah, Trevlin, who takes Devlins on people if you give him an opportunity. He's a former G League MVP over there. He averaged 24, 8, 5, 2.6 steals in a block. So if you can get any of that type of production here in the NBA, that would be super solid. Like, he started off with 2 games with 5 points, but he played 32 minutes and 37. He played plus 30 in both of them. This is a benefit of Franz Wagner being out, so something to watch, and maybe somebody you could stream this week because he gets steals.
Well, I mean, Coach, we were talking about the 38 minutes at the Kings. I know that was an overtime game. That was third in minutes on the team behind Jalen Suggs and Paolo. So I know Franz Wagner has an ankle sprain, but the fact that he played more minutes than Cole Anthony, than Mo Wagner, than some of the other vets on that team, and then to play 31 minutes in the second game at Nuggets where they had a comeback win. The Magic are better than we expected to be this year. They're 20-15 currently. And, he's a 6'7" shooting guard, or 6'5" shooting guard, 3 stocks each of those 2 games. Somebody that doesn't shoot the ball a lot on a team that has a bunch of people that like to shoot the ball. I'm not saying that he's
And
gonna
they're doing
have
it
a
from
role.
defense. They're doing it for defense, and he's a defensive player, and Jamal Mosley is definitely focused on this. So, like, that is also something to kind of keep in mind is that the reason why he's also getting minutes here is because he is solid on D.
Yeah. 0% rostered. I mean, I'm not saying he's a must add, but it should be more than that, especially in deeper leagues.
Did you get the Devlin comment?
No,
You know, Devlin?
no. I mean, it rhymes.
Just go with it. There's a scene, Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, and she explains that she tells her kids that taking a dump, the name was Devlin because of like an enemy that she had in college. But anyways, I'm just gonna go with this guy next, Cam Whitmore, Baltimore's finest. We're not gonna mess his name up. 11% roster. He's getting a little bit of opportunity with Tari Eason out. And he's somebody to watch because we know that he has an exciting game. We saw him win the MVP of the summer league. We saw him drop in the draft from being, potentially high lottery to,
20.
People just keep passing on him for whatever reason. But the kid can hoop, and we're just looking for him to get a little opportunity. He's starting to get that.
I mean, James, 3 games consecutively with double-digit minutes, like, they're not giving him a lot, or double-digit points. They're not giving him a lot in terms of minutes. I mean, it is double digits, 17, 15, 13. And I saw Josh Lloyd tweet this out the other day. Was it ever confirmed why he dropped in the draft? There was, reports about something with his leg, but he's 19 years old.
I think there was some character concerns too. Like I'm not an insider to the point where we all know, and I don't think it never came to the public, but like teams like, the Lakers, and there were so many teams that seemed like, why not take a chance when you're in this position and you have a guy that potentially could be a starter down the road. And I know that there was questions about his shooting ability when he shot the lights out in summer league. He shot the lights out for Team USA a couple years ago in the summertime. He didn't shoot well for Villanova and didn't shoot well in his high school career or in the EYBL tournaments. But I think he's been working on his game. And averaging 2 threes a game in the last 2 weeks, I think that he's shown that he's worked on it and he's a capable 3-point shooter.
All right, so Coach, he's over his last 6 minutes. He's played last 6 games. He's played 85 minutes. Guess how many assists he has?
0.2. So he has 1 assist.
He has 1 assist over the last 85 minutes. That's crazy. He does not pass the ball. He is a gunner. Maybe that's why he dropped to 20.
I mean, when you shoot 57% and you're a high flyer, I mean,
Imagine just having the chutzpah at 19 years old to say, I don't need to pass the ball.
What's funny, we started the show with some dime droppers, but we kind of, more recently, we've been getting to people that aren't passing the ball too much, and we're going to continue that.
So last week was our front court guys that will get you rebounds and not pass, and today is the back court show of people that don't pass the ball. We got to do a show just of dimers, a Ricky Rubio compilation.
Rookie Rubio calls it quits. He says he's done, and I know that there was personal issues that he's dealing with, and I guess we'll find out, but he's no longer going to be playing professionally in the NBA. There's still an outside chance he goes to Spain and plays, but we'll miss a guy like Rubio, who I know he might not have lived up to the hype. He got drafted in front of Steph Curry, but he turned out to be he's a great leader, it seems like, and a good true vet.
That 2009 draft class: Blake Griffin, the number 1, Hasheem Thabit, number 2, Ricky Rubio, the biggest question mark, and then the best player, Steph Curry, was
Johnny Flynn. Don't forget Johnny Flynn.
Johnny Flynn.
God,
I think Harden was in that draft too. I think 2009 was Harden at 3.
Yeah.
Tyreek Evans 4, maybe.
Yeah, Tyreek.
We'll have to look that back. Maybe Tyreek was 2000.
I miss him. He was a highlight show. And last, but not
we didn't even talk about Ziaire Williams. We just said he doesn't pass the ball.
Yeah, don't pick him up. He's 1% roster. His role isn't defined. He'll play 15 minutes one night and 2 the next. So, yeah. Memphis playing some good basketball though.
Yeah,
they get Marcus Smart back.
Keep an eye out though if Marcus Smart or Desmond Bane or John Moran out for a game. Ziaire going to be that beneficiary.
Larry Nance, power forward center eligible in the last 2 weeks, 8 points, 8 boards, 1.8 steals. This is decent for a categories league, not a points league guy, but with being power forward center eligible, he's somebody that is streamable and somebody that Doc used to have in a steel court.
I mean, TBT, things change, updates happen accordingly. Larry Nance, but he gives you a little sprinkle in every category. Some points, some rebounds, some assists, good field goal percentage, a little bit of threes, more steals, a little bit of blocks. He's just little here. I want to take it off and just, he's just giving you a little sprinkle here, a little sprinkle there, a little drizzle of steals here, a glob of good field goal percentage.
What kind of adjectives are we using to describe fantasy basketball?
A glob? A glob, meaning that he's going to give – your team isn't shooting 61.
How much is a glob in fantasy? Is that like 2? What's a glob?
A glob, I would say, is somebody that is going to help you potentially win that.
God.
That they're going to boost your things like
What's
percentage.
in the coffee cup, Doc? What's in the coffee cup?
Nothing now. Triple play coffee mug. Just
clearly.
But no, a glob is going to be something that's going to improve your things. A sprinkle is like he'll help in this category. The categories are more numerical, but the percentages, those are where the globs come in.
Man, I don't even know where to go with this one. Somebody doesn't have a slide. Duop Reath is playing some big man for Portland. Portland has a 4-game week. They played Tuesday, Thursday, those big stream days. They played Friday after the Thursday and then Sunday. So the Blazers are a team that I'm looking to stream. Maybe Jabari Walker comes back from his injury. Him and Thibault were both out. But that's a team to watch. And players, if you can get one of them that that's going to get a role. It might be Reath, but his minutes, he played 27 last game. He had 16.7 boards, but the game before he had 6 minutes and got 2 and 2. Didn't play the 3 games prior, but December 26th, he had 25 points, 9 boards, and hit 3 threes. So he's a boomer bust candidate, but somebody that probably no one heard about before this year, as Portland has some people like that I've never heard about. So I got to check the rosters. But Duop Reath is somebody to watch. As far as Saturday, Sunday plays, the Bucks play Saturday, Sunday. They're the only team. So Malik Beasley, if you're trying to win threes. Pat Connaughton, he's still trying to find his way. He's not playing great. And then if you're ahead, teams that play Saturday, Sunday, Pacers and Heat. So you can get an extra game on that Monday and steal one on Sunday if you have pickups in the week. But if you have 6 people injured like my team this week, you don't have any pickups left.
Also for the Bucks, Marjon Beauchamp. Yeah. I almost messed it up here. I don't think I had enough coffee this morning, but 2 out of the last 3 games, 20-plus minutes. Actually played more minutes than Malik Beasley yesterday. Malik Beasley had back-to-back turnovers. And I know that because I bet his under 3-pointers made. So somebody that could get maybe a little bit more rotation minutes.
I think Beauchamp and Andre Jackson should both be playing more minutes than Malik Beasley. I just don't see him being an option in the playoffs when you have Damian Lillard out there. That defensively just doesn't work. So in the regular season you might get some burn. He gets like 30 minutes of cardio. He's just out there and sometimes they'll hit a 3. But he's definitely a weakness perimeter defensively, where we know Andre Jackson excels, and Beauchamp is a beast himself. So for Milwaukee, we want to see those young guys play a little bit more.
They're even giving AJ Green 2 to 3 minutes a night.
Yeah, and Crowder, whenever he comes back, I'm sure that he's gonna get some look as far as that's concerned, because he might be a playoff rotational player as well.
But thank you for everybody that has gotten to the 25-minute mark of hearing me and James debacle each week. Hopefully we help you out. We give you some good fantasy advice, especially around this time of year. Turn on notifications from insiders. Sometimes that's going to be the difference if a trade happens and you're able to get somebody that could have an increased role. We do this show once a week. But obviously, fantasy basketball, you want to stay on top of things daily to give yourself the best chance to win.
Yeah, shout out Yahoo for making it easier for the, even just the regular fan that presses their starting lineup for the week. If you're losing in your league, don't be the guy that just doesn't touch his roster and quits. Don't be a quitter. Just take your L, press the button, fix your lineup for the week, and start. I hate when it gets to this point in the league and then, the matchups are just, lopsided because said person just gave up. Don't be a quitter in life, okay?
James with his get off my lawn, I'm a boomer rant of the day.
I'm just saying, don't you see that you played the team the first week of the season, they're going hard, and then it's week 12 and they're playing everybody else and they've emptied the deck, done nothing. All right, backward shot. Let's see it. Oh, he's going forward.
Nope.
No chance in hell.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. For Doc, I'm Coach. See ya. Peace.
Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work, triple play, yeah.